once more. Don't build your house on the sandy land. Don't build it too near the shore. Well, it might look kind of nice, but you'll have to build it twice, so you'll have to build your house once more.
You better build your house upon a rock. Make a good foundation on a solid spot. Well, the storms may come and go, but the peace of God you will know.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our very special harvest celebration today, the first Thursday that we have in October, and we are remembering all of the good things that we can enjoy in life. We're going to start off, as we always do, with our Foundations for Life on the screen, because our school vision is about laying these good foundations for life, and our logo there, we've got the bee and the honeycomb, and it's really important. We've done a lot of work on this in school over the last year, creating wildlife areas, protecting habitats, because the bees are the foundation, aren't they, for all of the plants and all of the food that we can enjoy. They do a really important job with pollinating and helping everything to grow. And it reminds us, doesn't it, that just as the bees help our food to grow, so they help our bodies to grow, so we as a community have to work together to help each other to grow and to be the best that we can be. So that's an important message to start off with. Now we're thinking about harvest particularly. Here's a harvest scene. We've got some fruits and some vegetables, and we are going to think about those and how we can celebrate those as we move through our celebration today. But today is also National Poetry Day. So I want to start off by reading to you an acrostic poem. That means that the first letter of each line spells out the word harvest. I'm afraid I can't really put myself anywhere to not be in the way. But let's have a go at this. Harvest is a time to bring great gifts from God that we receive. A field full of yellow corn is harvested at break of dawn. Receiving gifts of wheat and fruit, all come from God, so great and good. Violets grow in the orchard with apples juicy and red, sweet and massive. Everything around is full of joy, and merrily the farmer hums. Such treasured things the harvest brings, we all should be thankful to be able to use them all and make a brilliant future. Now, that's a poem not written by anyone here at the school, but a harvest poem to get us thinking at the start of our harvest celebration today. Now, we've got some pieces of work that we'd like to share on a harvest-related theme, and we're going to start off with our Owls class. And Mrs. Meaden has written, and she's put that the owls have made fantastic harvest baskets and have filled them with fruits and vegetables, and you can see them there on the tables all laid out for us to enjoy. Well done, owls. Thank you for that contribution to our harvest display. Our squirrels class have been thinking about things that they can be thankful for. So I'm going to hand over to our squirrels class to show us some of the things they're grateful for.
I am thankful for fruit because it's yummy. I'm thankful for making the world that's special to me.
Cauliflower's fluffy and cabbage is green. Strawberries sweeter than any I've seen. Beetroot's purple and onions white. All grow steadily day and night. The apples are ripe and the plums are red. The broad beans are sleeping in the blankety bed. Blackberries are juicy and rhubarb's sour. Marrows fattening, gowabaya. Gooseberries hairy and lettuce is fat. Radishes round and burnip beans flat. The apples are ripe and the plums are red. The broad beans are sleeping in the blankety bed.
thankful for my family because they are kind. I'm thankful for the fruit and veggies. I am thankful for the animals because they are special.
Our Year 2s, our Hedgehogs class, have been practising and acting out the story of the Little Red Hen.
There was a time there was a little red hen who lived on a farm with a sleepy cat, a noisy dog, and a noisy duck. Early one morning, she found some seeds. Who will help me plant the seeds? Said the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the duck. Oh, very well, I'll do it myself. And so she did. Who will help me water the seeds? Said the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the duck. Oh, very well, I'll do it myself. And so she did. Who will help me come up with the news? Said the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the duck. Oh, very well, I'll do it myself. And so she did. Who will help me fry the place? Said the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the duck. Oh, very well, I'll do it myself. And so she did. Who will help me carry the wheat? Said the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the duck. Oh, very well, I'll do it myself. And so she did. Who will help me bake the bread? Said the little red hen. Not I, said the cat. Not I, said the dog. Not I, said the duck. Oh, very well, I'll do it myself. And so she did. Who will help me eat the bread? Said the little red hen. I will, said the cat. I will, said the dog. I will, said the duck. Oh, no, won't. I'll eat it myself. And so she did.
In Year 3, they're currently studying the Romans, and on a Roman theme of mosaics, we have here a selection of harvest fish, the harvest of the sea. And these fish obviously are all swimming in the same direction, just like us as a community. We should all be pulling in the same direction. So thank you, Rabbits class, for your fish. Moving into Year 4, the children have been thinking about if they were a fruit or vegetable, which would they be and why? So I'm going to hand over to Year 4.
I am like a pea because we are both small. I'm like a mango because it's yellow and yellow is the colour of happy. I am like a pear because we are both sweet. I am like a piece of celery because we are both tall and healthy. I am like a lime because we're both strong and relaxed and calming.
I am like a banana because we are both thick-skinned. I am like a peach because we are both sweet. I am like a mango because we are both sweet and hard-skinned.
I'm like a carrot because I'm tough and strong.
I am like a pineapple because I am prickly. I am like a runner bean because we're both sporty.
I am like a coconut because I'm cool. I am like a dragon fruit because I like dragons and we are both feisty.
I am like a strawberry because we are both sweet. I am a banana because I am bendy.
I am like a runner bee because we're both tall and like exercise.
I'm like a peach because I'm joyful and I'm sweet.
I'm like a strawberry because we are both sweet.
I'm like a strawberry because we are both sweet.
I'm like a watermelon because we are both thick-skinned.
Our Year 5, our Badgers class, have been working in art and have produced a pastel collage of harvest fruits. And our Dears class, our Year 6s, have been thinking about lessons that we can learn from the harvest produce.
Farming. Why we love farmers? We should love farmers because if we did not have farmers, then we wouldn't have food to eat. We should appreciate what farmers do for us and what they plant in the ground for us to eat and what they harvest for us to eat. We should really have a lot of things we are thankful for.
Plant for rows of peas.
Plant for rows of peas.
Peace within ourselves.
Peace within ourselves.
Peace within each other.
Peace within each other.
Peace within our school.
Peace within our school.
Peace within our world.
Peace within our world.
Plant for rows of squash.
Plant for rows of squash.
Squash and kindness.
Squash and kindness.
Squash, rudeness.
Squash, rudeness.
Squash, unhelpfulness.
Squash and helpfulness.
Squash, selfishness.
Squash, selfishness.
Plant for rows of lettuce.
Plant for rows of lettuce.
Let us be hardworking.
Let us be hardworking.
Let us be kind.
Let us be kind.
Let us be patient.
Let us be patient.
Let us show our care for one another.
Let us show our care for one another.
Plant for rows of turnips.
Plant for rows of turnips.
Turn up when you need it.
Turn up when we need it.
Turn up to lend a hand.
Turn up to lend a hand.
Turn up to help one another.
Turn up to help one another.
Turn up and make a difference.
Turn up and make a difference.
Plant for rows of time.
Plant for rows of time.
Time for ourselves.
Time for ourselves.
Time for each other.
Time for each other.
Time for family.
Time for family.
Time for friends.
Time for friends.
So we've got so much to celebrate, haven't we? Thank you to everyone that's been involved in our harvest celebration today. Thank you for the staff for helping organise that, and thank you pupils for all that you've done, either in performing or in producing work that we've been able to share with parents and grandparents and anybody else that watches online. We do have a little collection of food produce here in school. We're collecting dried, tinned and packeted goods that can go off to the food bank to help people in the local area. So if you've got any contributions that you'd like to bring in, please do so. And they will be going off next week to the Trussell Trust and the food bank to help people in our local area. Now, when we see our food in the supermarkets in tins and packets like this, it's sometimes hard to relate that, isn't it, to the harvest that we've just seen, the farmers and the bees and the things that we talked about at the start of the assembly today, of the harvest collective worship. So as we come to a close, we're going to finish by listening to another story. It's a poetic story, picking up the theme of National Poetry Day, and I'm going to hand over to the author of the story to read that for us, and then we will finish with the Harvest Samba.
Eric woke one awesome morning and sat at the table, stretching, yawning, as he tucked into his toasty bread. "This brekkie is epic," Eric said. "My taste buds are buzzing, my belly is blessed. I'm loving this loaf, toast is the best." But who do I thank for this sumptuous treat? My mum, of course. Eric sprang to his feet. He ran to the kitchen and called to his mum. "Thanks a gazillion, my brekkie was yum." His grateful smile was 10 miles wide. "Oh, Eric, that's sweet," his mum replied. "But all I did was toast the bread. You should be thanking the baker instead." So out of the door with a hip and a hop, Eric popped out to the baker's shop. "Hey, Mr. Baker, I just came to say, thanks for the loaf you made yesterday. You make the bestest bread on the planet. I tried to thank Mum, but she just wouldn't have it. She told me that you're the one to be praised, so 3 cheers for you. Hip, hip, hooray!" "That's kind," the baker began, "but the fella who fetches the flour's your man. Without the flour, there'd be no bread. You should really be thanking him instead. His name is Dan. He drives a big van. I'm on it, said Eric, and off he ran. A short while later, Eric found Dan. He was taking a nap in the back of his van. He banged the window and shouted, Dan, you're the world's most epic delivery man. I'm loving the loaves the baker deals, but he couldn't do it without your wheels. You're welcome, dude, said Dan with a grin, but it's really the miller you should be thanking. She grinds the grain that makes the flour to bake the bread that you devour. Quick as a flash, Eric dashed up the hill to thank the lady who worked at the mill. He knew he'd find her by the grinder, and when he did, he sat beside her. Thank you, Mrs. Miller, he chimed. Your flour is epic, one of a kind. Oh, dearie, it's my pleasure, of course, but it's not me who deserves your applause. Without the wheat, there'd be no grinding. You should thank Farmer Pete, if you can find him. So Eric legged it down to the farm. He looked in the fields and checked in the barn. Finally, he found him working hard, fixing his tractor across the yard. Sorry to bother you, Farmer Pete, but I wanted to thank you for growing this wheat. Without the wheat, the miller could never grind the greatest flour ever. Then Dan, the fantastic delivery man, would have nothing to drop off in his van. Mr. Baker could make no bread, so Mum would buy something else instead. And the ultimate tragedy would be, there'd be no epic toast for me. Farmer Pete put down his spanner and replied to Eric in the gentlest manner. I'm grateful for your gratitude, plucky young fella, but I think there's something I need to tell you. Each day the sun rises way up high, giving light and heat from up in the sky. And see those clouds that are plump with rain? Soon they'll burst and water the grain. So as hard as I work to harvest this crop, your journey of thanks has one last stop. Eric looked up and then down at the grain. But who do I thank for the sunshine and rain? The old farmer smiled and whispered, let's look at what God says in his good book. And pulling a Bible from his dungarees, he thumbed a few pages and started to read. Love the Lord, serve him heart and soul, for he sends the rain that makes grain grow. The little lad beamed as the farmer read it. I get it, yelled Eric. Let's give God the credit. So Eric paused and he closed his eyes. God, thanks for my epic adventure today and all of the people I met on the way. They all played their part in giving me toast. I thank them all, but I thank you the most.
Take care everyone and stay safe.